Asked him, who's the toughest guy you ever fought? You know what he said? Tim Bradley. Tell me about the fight with Andre Wade.
That vaguely remember it. I remember. I remember it being all-out action. I remember chasing down and Andre moving on angles and pop shotting at times. But we had a tough fight. It was just back and forth. I think he won 2-1. Meaning 2 judges felt he won, 1 judge felt I won. But it was all out action, man. He was just tall and rangier, and he was like.
See, here's what I'm trying to understand is, would fans accept if Miguel Cotto defended his 160-pound title, WBC middleweight title, against Timothy Bradley? Would that be accepted? Now, Timothy Bradley is known to be a pretty big guy when he's not fighting at previously 140, now 147. But if he was to fight Cotto, he would be bypassing the 154-pound division and moving up to a fight where, if he's the winner, he would be fighting Gennady Golovkin or Martin Murray. Many fans are saying it's going to be Golovkin. So that is the question here on T Street Controversy Live, February 10th, 2015. Please subscribe. Listen, Timothy Bradley has heart. Timothy Bradley is good when Timothy Bradley knows who he is and what he should be doing as far as boxing and using his movement like he did against Juan Manuel Marquez. Timothy Bradley gets in trouble where Timothy Bradley tries to prove something to people, and he tries to go out there and knock guys out like Diego Chavez because other guys didn't knock him out. So basically, when you look at the fact that he has that draw on that record, and it's like, well, you're not going to go right back after Chavez. I can understand that. Get him again, and get him. He has, it's more meaningful for him to fight Chavez again than to fight Ruslan Provodnikov again, because he did win that fight, even though he ended the fight on his knees, as far as when the final bell rung. But at the same time, Diego Chavez, you got that draw out there. But if he was to move up to 155 pounds or even 154, let's say if he fought him at 154, but that still makes me think like, well, you might as well move it up to that 155. You might as well, fight for that 160-pound title. But I ask myself, it's like, these are the things that kind of, those catch weights kind of mess up the sport, because now you got to think about poor Timothy Bradley. What if he beats Miguel Cotto in a fight where if Tim moves, Tim can win? Cotto's power was somewhat questionable at 154. And let's not be let's talk real here. Sergio Martinez, when Cotto fought him, Sergio Martinez was on disability before he took the fight. So, in my opinion, I'm thinking, it's not like the weight and the height is not a big difference. Miguel Cotto and Timothy Bradley can fight, and I don't see Miguel Cotto being in a situation where Miguel Cotto is just going to overpower Timothy Bradley. Miguel Cotto may be bigger. Miguel Cotto may come into the ring at, I would say, maybe 164, and Tim Bradley, maybe, I would say maybe 158, maybe under 160. I don't know. But it will be an interesting fight to see. To be perfectly honest with you, I would pay for it on pay-per-view. But it's all about, is it accepted, I guess, is really what I'm really trying to get to. Now, once again, let's say, just think if Timothy Bradley wins, we already have doubts that if Miguel Cotto is going to fight Golovkin or not, and the winner of Golovkin or Martin Murray will be the mandatory and have to fight for that WBC 160-pound title before the end of the year. So you have to ask yourself, will Timothy Bradley, if he wins, fight Golovkin? And doesn't that just look silly to you? When you think about it? Timothy Bradley is about 5'7" at best, and it's just going to be. I'm just seeing Timothy Bradley getting punched, and just flying all over the ring, like when Ruslan Provodnikov hit him with the right, and then he went to the ropes, then hit him with the left, and then he went to the other side of the ropes, or vice versa, and that's what I think. Man, but Timothy Bradley, you can't blame him. He's a warrior, and also, that's the reason why I played that, because he did fight Andre Ward at 154 in the amateurs. So, and is also known, as I said, to walk around, as a big guy. And like the weight wouldn't be much of an issue. But the fact that Timothy Bradley just really, honestly, that punch that he hit Manny Pacquiao with in the last fight in Bradley versus Pacquiao 2, that was the best we seen he could offer. Now, you know, I don't. It's not going to carry up to 160. And then if I think like if he fights Golovkin, I'm like, my God, you know, like, you know, it's just crazy. But anyway, I'm T Street Controversy for RealCombatMedia.com. T Street Controversy Live on Twitter, T Street Controversy on Instagram, T Street Controversy on Vibe, T Street Controversy on Shots. Please subscribe.